Welcome and welcome back to MAPS Tutoring, where we cover key English exam skills. Today's video is going to be about selecting evidence. It's a follow-up to the inference and deduction video, so if you have not yet watched that, go and check that out. Selecting evidence is about your use of quotations and references to the text. We are continuing with the extract from A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens and building on our inference that Scrooge is misanthropic. The exam board, specifically AQA and Edexcel, word their requirements in the following ways. They at least expect you to use appropriate and relevant evidence. So this is like the mid-range of the mark scheme. But for the higher grades, you need to aim for a judicious, which means good judgment and selectivity, and a clarifying, discriminating use of evidence. So the emphasis is on being selective in the quotations that you use and make sure they clarify your point. Today's question is going to be, what do we learn about Scrooge from the extract below? Explain your answer and support with evidence from the text. We covered the first part of this question in the last video, and we came to the conclusion that Scrooge is misanthropic and avoids human company. And so today, you can have a go at supporting this. So you need to aim to explain your answer and support with evidence from the text. So what you can do now is you can pause the video and have a go at picking the quotations that you think are relevant, quotations that you think are appropriate, and to aim for the higher marks, see if you can try and be judicious in your selection, and we'll have a look at an example together. So pause now. So the example here is of an appropriate selection of evidence, relevant and appropriate. So you may have found that it was the very thing he liked to edge his way along the crowded part of life in order to support the fact that he is misanthropic. If we read further along, warning all human sympathy to keep its distance is also an appropriate and relevant quotation that you may have picked. So as I said, this is a relevant and appropriate selection, but we want to have a look at how we can improve that by being more selective about the parts of the quotes we choose and embed them. In this example, we can see that the same quotes are used, but they are shorter, more selective, and embedded better. Now we're going to look at them side by side. In the final example, we can see again, as I said, that the quotes are embedded. So instead of introducing the quote, as in the first example, by saying, because the text says, and then introducing or including our quotes, this can sound quite repetitive. By embedding our quotations, you create a much more sophisticated tone, which is exactly what you want in a formal exam response. This will especially be important for close analysis of texts, which we'll be looking at in the next video. And so you can pause again here to just have a closer look at those differences. I hope that this video was helpful and that you tune in for the next one. And like I said, we'll be looking at techniques and close analysis of the text. Thank you for watching, and to keep up with future uploads, subscribe and make sure that your notifications are turned on.